Hey, what's up, guys? Today is day 14 of my 90 days journey creating $5,000 per month in passive income. I'm filming from my bedroom today just to change things up. Let me know in the comments below how you like the new background. Yesterday, I did not get around to making a video because I had saved it until the very end and I was dead tired from painting my house. But there wasn't much development on the house purchase since it's the weekend. I'll share with you today the latest news. First of all, as I mentioned on day 12, my agent had helped me put in a repair request on the house I'm purchasing. We were expecting to hear back from the agent yesterday, but we never got a response. Most likely because they don't check their email over the weekend. But yesterday I did some additional learning on what other successful hosts do for Airbnb. One idea I liked a lot is that some hosts will use a welcome basket for their guests. Imagine walking into an Airbnb rental, heading up to your room, and there's a basket for you waiting with some snacks, with a thank you card, as well as some basic hygiene products or anything else that makes the person feel very special. I know I would appreciate such a thing. And yesterday when my wife and I went to TJ Maxx, I found some baskets that were perfectly suited for this purpose. So I picked them up. It will be at least another week before I set up my Airbnb, but I have the baskets ready for when the time comes. I also found a YouTube channel called Automated Airbnb. The guy has over 100 Airbnb properties and by all measures is a highly successful host. He actually linked to a kit on his site that provides the different styles of furniture he gets for his Airbnb units. They are all matched based on a common theme, for example, contemporary or farmhouse or colonial. I saved it as a resource and I will definitely be consulting it to pick up furniture that are matching the same style. With Black Friday coming up, hopefully there will be some good discounts on furnitures that I like. Now, as for the personal growth side of the video, I want to share a very awesome book I read yesterday. It's called Homeless to Billionaire by Andres. The story caught me, the intro really grabbed my attention. Instead of just following a mentor or ideas from a book like most people do, the main character or the author actually sought out to disprove all the success ideas that he received, which I found totally fascinating. And he actually achieved massive success by trying to disprove the principles, and which caused him to eventually accept the principles and use it in every area of his life. He shared 18 principles in his book about how to achieve wealth and become successful, and there are 4 that especially resonated with me. The first one is lead a laser-focused life. What that means is to get to someplace desirable, you have to be absolutely clear where you're going. It's like setting a goal, knowing exactly what you want, and have your intentions aligned with your mindset. The second is celebration creates an addiction to progress. Oftentimes we have small successes throughout the day and we don't celebrate it. It doesn't mean throwing a party with your friends and or spending a lot on a gift. It can be a small celebration, like just a pat on your back or giving yourself a small reward. That's the type of thing that makes you addicted to progress over time and help you to sustain the momentum into the future. The third one is really cool, and I've seen my friend practice on many occasions. It's called vibrational giving. You're already the thing that makes it this different from normal giving is that it's specific to the time, person, and circumstance, rather than just writing a check to some organization that you support. Vibrational giving involves being fully intentional on who you give to, the time and place. For example, let's say I'm going to the grocery store. Outside the store, I see a homeless man. Something about him catches my attention, so I walk up to him and gives him $300. Your criteria may be different, and that was just an example. I made a difference for this person at that given moment that has a serious improvement for his life, and this is what's called vibrational giving. It's more about spurring the moment and helping to make a difference that you can see and feel the effects. And the fourth major takeaway from that is having an idea so massive that others get uncomfortable. You may have heard of this saying before. The biggest problem is not that people don't achieve their goals, but that people achieve their goals that are too low. We are conditioned by our upbringing and by our teachers to set goals that are reasonable. For example, I'll lose 1 pound this week. No, that's a bad example. Let's say I'll make 5,000 more this year, and you can probably achieve that without much effort. But once it doesn't really challenge you that much, and you might be satisfied once you reach the goal and don't push further. On the other hand, if you set a goal that's massively huge, like I will make $5 million this year. Sure, it may sound unrealistic, especially if you don't even make 500,000 right now, but having such a goal challenges you to think differently. And even if you don't reach it, you'll be way ahead than where you would have been otherwise. One thing that came to my mind when I saw this idea is Grant Cardone. He wrote a book called the 10x rule. The spoiler alert. The main point of it is for anything you want to achieve, you want to put in 10 times the effort in order to do the work necessary to accomplish your objective. And I think that perfectly aligns with this principle of setting a massive goal. And oftentimes, the competition is actually less at the top than at the bottom because most people set reasonable goals, and if you have an unreasonable goal that's very high, you have much fewer competition. Now, other than the Airbnb business, I have also been thinking about some possible side businesses. I don't know if it's the universe planting these thoughts in my head, but today I had a especially a good idea come to me. And as I'm fixing up my house, it's a bit of a pain to find good contractors. Yesterday, I thought I would do the painting of the closet myself. It took my wife and I 3 hours working nonstop, and we were dead exhausted by the time we finished. And I'm thinking about just outsourcing this to a good contractor. But even for something as simple as painting, the quality really matters. The guy that put in my floor did such a shoddy job. The boards weren't even cut even, and he made all these scratch marks, all these stains on the wall. That's why my wife and I are having to paint it. I'm planning to create a matchmaking service in my city that connects the good contractors with the homeowners. I'm still playing around with the actual service model, but it would essentially be free for consumers, and it would be a monthly subscription for the contractors. And my goal is to deliver massive value for the contractors. My criteria for the contractor to be part of this are pretty simple. They need to be a small business where it's owner operated. Any of the larger franchises don't count. And the contractors need to be tech savvy enough that they put their schedule on an electronic calendar of some type. It would be great if they already use Google Calendar, but they need to use some kind of calendar that has an API where I can write an app and tap into it. And finally, they need to meet my standards of good quality. I'm going to vet these contractors personally by having them do some work for me. And my standards are the following. They are punctual. If a contractor doesn't arrive on time, then that's automatically a no. They need to have good communication. If they say they're going to arrive at a certain time or do a certain work, but something caused them to not be able to fulfill that, they need to let me know ASAP. Third, they need to do good work. That's a given for any contractor. And to do good work, they need to be good at their craft and have attention to detail. And finally, their price needs to be reasonable. When I was looking for a contractor to install my floor earlier, fix my floor, I got several quotes. One company just asked for some photos, and they told me right away, okay, that's going to be $2,000, with no explanation of why it takes that long. When I asked, they said it's going to take 8 hours, but still, that's incredibly expensive for 8 hours of work, and not even covering materials. I was looking for a handyman, and I don't know any handyman that gets paid over $200 per hour. And I also had some similar experience with the larger electrical and plumbing companies, just for them to fix what I consider a pretty simple problem, like moving the pipe from one area of the bathroom to another. They quoted something ridiculous, like $500. I know it doesn't take that much effort for such a simple job. And for the contractor to meet all of these criteria, I would invite them to join my service. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time in building the technology to make this happen. In the beginning, this will all be done by me, just to prove that there is a market for this kind of thing. I would start the rate at $25 for the contractor to sign up. I think that's a small enough barrier for them to take the plunge. And for that amount, I would guarantee at least one paying customer each month. For these, I think it will be fairly simple for the contractor to say yes, and I will provide a outstanding guarantee. If I don't get them at least one customer for them to be worth their while, I will fully refund their money. I get excited just thinking about this idea, but my current focus is still the Airbnb business. I found many amazing videos on YouTube this on almost every step of becoming an Airbnb superhost and making a life-changing amount of money, so you can reach financial independence. That is my ultimate goal, and every day through these videos that I'm sharing, I'm getting one step closer. Hope you'll continue to follow me on this journey. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell to get notified when I release new videos. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace!